Now let's talk about the weighted mean. For the weighted mean, we have a formula. We're going to take the weight times the data value. How much does that data value count? What percentage, or what decimal, or that's its weight. We're going to multiply those together and then add the next weight multiplied by its data value. And we're going to keep doing that until we run out of data values. Then we're going to divide by the sum of the weights. So let's look at the example. Find the weighted mean for 3 exam grades, 85, 90, and 75, with weights of 20, 30, and 50 respectively. One way to start these problems is to make a table. So here's our grade, and then we'll do a weights column. The grades were 85, 90, and 75, and the weight was 20, 30, and 50. So, the weighted mean, and let's just abbreviate that WM, is going to be the grade multiplied by its weight. So 85 times 20 plus 90 times 30 plus 75 times 50. Then we're going to divide by the sum of the weights. So let's add up those weights, and that is going to be 100. So using our calculator, we find that this computes to 81.5. And that is a helpful way to find your grade in any class where things are not weighted equally. A little hint: if you're trying to find your average in a class, and instead of it saying 20%, a shortcut is to not divide by the 100 and just multiply by 0.2, 0.3, and 0.5 if you want to do that. On the next example, we're going to find our grade point average. So, in her first semester of college, a student took 5 courses. Her final grades, along with the number of credits for each course, were an A, B, C, and F. The grading system assigns quality points to letter grades as follows. Let's compute her grade point average. So one thing I want you to make a note of here is that the number of credits that's equal to the weight. And then the quality points, those are what we would consider the grades. Because for each letter grade, you got a certain number of points. And then those points were weighted a certain amount, and those credits are the weights. So, let's again make our table. Grades. She had an A, B, C, and F. And those grades would be for the quality points would be a 4, a 4, a 3, a 2, and for F, no quality points for an F. Now our weights, those are the number of credits, it's how much it's weighted. So respectively that would be 3, 4, 3, 3, and 1. Now to work this by hand to find our weighted mean, or in this case our GPA, or her GPA, we would take the grade and multiply by its weight. And then we would divide by the total weight. And adding those together, we get 14. Using our calculator, we can multiply that out, work that out, and we will get 43 over 14, which is equal to 3.07. Now that we've done it the long way, by hand, let me give you another shortcut, and that is if we take these values and store them in L1 and these values and store them in L2 on our calculator, then we can run a one variable stats for L1 and L2. Make sure you run it for L1 and L2 because you have two lists, and you will look for the mean, which is X bar, and it should be 3.07. So that's just another shortcut for you. If you want to use the calculator method or do it the long way, your choice. As long as you can set those problems up, I'm fine.